Hey everybody, welcome back to those of you who've been here before. If you're new to my channel, welcome. It's a pleasure. We're having a conversation today about how my notary business has been going. For those of you who this is your first time visiting, I've been working as a part-time mobile notary since January 1st. I do work full-time. I'm a senior HR manager at a tech company here in Atlanta, and I've been a notary for quite some time, but I'm always looking for new ways to increase my earnings because who does not want more money, right? So today is Monday, February the 8th. Yes, it is the 8th, which means this is week 5 of me being a mobile notary. Let me tell you how last week went for me. Let's start by saying I had 13 notary appointments. That's more than I've had thus far. 13 notary appointments in 1 week, which feels like a lot to me considering I work full time, but I handled it with ease because the schedule was great. So I had 13 of them, and guess how much I made? Now, I made $613 total last month, right? In this 1 week, I have passed $400, which is effing insane, okay? In 1 week, to get $400 from simply getting in my car, pulling up to where people are, and verifying their ID and signing off on their paperwork, I am all for it. I am all for it. It is probably the easiest thing I've ever done to make money because I don't know if I mentioned this in this video just yet, but I think I've mentioned it before. I do have my own company called Pitch HR where I work with people on rewriting resumes, repositioning their experience, kind of having conversations about your transferable skills and helping you land your next position. I don't call it career coaching because that to me is a little different from what I do. I'm real straight to the point. I'm like, give me your resume. What kind of job are you looking for? Let's see what we can do. And if you don't know how you're a match, let's talk about it because I'm about to give you all the confidence, okay? So if you are like me where you may have a job already, but you still want to make more money and possibly start your own business, do your own thing and see what you can build up in your own name, try being a mobile notary. Now, the one thing you do have to know is you will be in contact with other people, but like I said, just be safe, have your gloves, your wipes, don't share pens if you can avoid it, and just hit the road. Start charging these folks to sign this paperwork because it adds up. All right. So before I waste any more time, like I said, I made a little over $400 in just this first week of February. Let me show you my appointments and then I'll talk you through some of my experiences. All right, so here we are in Notary Gadget. This is my calendar for February, and you can see on Monday I had one at 5:30, so that was right after work. I do typically work until about 5 or 6 because I'm a late person and I don't like getting up early, unless it's for a check, right? Tuesday, I had one on my lunch break and then one after work. Wednesday, I had one basically at lunchtime. You know, I dipped out a little bit early, but it was at lunchtime. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I had 3 each day. Thursday, they were all after work. Friday, basically about the same. I cut off my work time a little early on Fridays. And then Saturday, I did have one early morning one, but I'll give you some more details about these different appointments so you can get how they kind of added up so quickly because I know you're probably wondering, well, if you were only charging $25 a pop, that don't add up. But I'm going to tell you why it added up and I'll just actually show you. So in Notary Gadget, if you want a quick glimpse of your sales for the month or the week, you just simply come up here to reports, you hit sales report. I always have everything. I have 2 options right now because I don't have like title companies or anything. So just general notary work, which was, I believe, auto-populated in there already. And I'm just going to go to this month and generate report. And boom, there it is. So you can see that I've had 13 signings, $401. It even breaks it down for you as far as your mileage expense for the week or so far this month because that's what I picked. So that's been $105.84. These other expenses are, I think, my PayPal transaction fees because that's what I use for online payments, my average profit per signing, and the average length of time it has taken people to pay, which usually I get payment at time of service. I only have one unpaid invoice. That's for the lovely elderly lady who stiffed me my $10, but that's all right. I'm going to let go of that $10. And you'll see here the fees that were charged for most of my transactions were $25, right? Then I finally listened to my brother and he's like, look, it doesn't make sense for you to leave your house for an hour for $25. And I thought about it. I'm like, he's right. You know, when it's the weekend, somebody wants something same day. Some people have wanted me to come right away. Then I've been toying around with bumping up the price. Sometimes I said 30, sometimes I said 40. Really, 40 would seems like that'd be a happy number, especially for like, I need you to come right now. Some people, when I say 40, they're like, no, thank you. I had one person who said that, and then they called me back because everybody else was charging more. So I really do want to kind of figure it out, but I think I'm getting there. You'll notice this one big one for $80. I'll talk about that one in a minute. But that one was power of attorney, and I had to actually go in a dialysis center to do that one. But that's why they paid so much. Also because they were late. I was there right on time. As a matter of fact, I was 5 minutes early, and they were not there. Or the patient was there, but the nephew was not there who needed me to sign the paperwork. So I had to wait, which made me late to my next appointment and the one after that, which happened to be the one for the woman who tried to stiff me my $10. The one before that almost tried to stiff me too, and I had to keep calling her like, ma'am, where is my $25? But she finally paid me. It wasn't in the mode that I prefer, but she paid me. I had to go ahead and accept a payment via Cash App, which I do not like to do, but she was going to have to pay me, and she couldn't do PayPal, and she didn't have cash, and it was all these things, so she had to go ahead and pay me. Let's see. So that's the $80 one. This other $10 one, I just did the guy a favor, basically. And he was happy to be right by my house. And so I just told him to stop where he was at, and I came and stamped his form, and then he left. The rest of these are pretty normal price. The $45 one, I can say, was for a form that had to be notarized for a student. And the student was going to take the ACT. Apparently the form has to be notarized now. I guess because people may have not been in the building to verify that the student was who they say they were. I don't know. But she needed me at 7 a.m. and I was there, crust all on my face, but I was there at 7 a.m. and she paid me $45. I didn't even ask for that much, but she paid me. It was literally 15 minutes away, and I was there and back in the bed, and perfectly fine. So that's what my report looks like. $401. I don't think that's bad for a week, especially for a part-time side hustle where I'm not having to really commit much actual energy to doing. Okay, so now that you know how much I made and how many actual appointments I had, I wanted to tell you about any memorable experiences I had this week, because there were a few. Let me look at my name list here, see what I can think of. Like I said, there was the one elderly woman who I only charged her $10. She told me she didn't have cash and that she'd have to catch a ride to go to the ATM. I told her, I can send her an invoice. She said, okay, great, just text me the link. She got me, y'all. The little old lady got me. So she never paid it. She stopped responding to my text messages and stopped answering my phone calls. I just think it's really stupid to stiff someone you owe money to who clearly came to your house and knows your complete address. If I were petty, which I am, if I were pettier than I am, one, that would be scary. Two, I would take her to court for that little $10, and then she'd have to pay me the $10, my time, my gas, and my court fees. But I have grown, and I'm not going to sue this woman for $10. I'm going to let it go, okay? I'm going to let it go. But Granny was a hustler, because she hustled me on the phone and talked me down, and I fell for the okie doke. But whatever, I'm going to let the little $10 go. So there was that. I told y'all that Saturday morning I had a 7 a.m. That was for a form to notarize the student's identities as a high school student so that she could take the ACT. After that appointment, I got home, went back to sleep, but I had another appointment for a student, an Asian student who was getting a job. And I'm saying an Asian student because did she have a visa? I can't remember, but it was a I-9. I needed to do her I-9. That's what it was. And that's that form that I showed you all in the other video that verifies your right to work in the United States. So you guys, I was all excited. I told her, what price did I tell her? 30. I said 30. And I went all excited. I was like, oh, I do I-9s in my sleep, honey, because I work in HR. I do these all the time, every week. Y'all, I go to take my stamp out of my little notary bag, and guess what's not in there? My stamp. And the reason why it wasn't in there is because my friend, the one who has the Italian, the Canadian, and the US passport, forgot to get me to sign one additional form. And so she came by, and I kept talking to her, and I sat my stamp down on my coffee table and never put it back in my notary bag. So I'm blaming her. If you were watching, friend, I am blaming you for my double commute. So you guys, I couldn't sign the form. I looked like a complete dipshit. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me go get my stamp. Now, it took me about 17 minutes to get to her house. That's also because I drive really fast. So I came back home, got my stamp, turned around, headed back up 285 and went to this girl's house to finally stamp her paperwork. As I'm filling out the form, I write the wrong last name. What the hell? So then she gave me a new page to fill out. Her ID threw me off. Even though she told me her name, she had like 4 or 5 names. And the last name was actually sounded like a first name. And I don't know. I think I was already kind of nervous and flustered because I forgot the stamp in the first place. So I just felt like an idiot after that one. But she was really nice. She couldn't open the link to my invoice because she realized she gave me an email address that she doesn't use for U.S. transactions. She uses it for transactions where her family is. It was just a lot of stuff. She was really nice, and she paid me, and that was done. What else did I do? The $80 one, like I told you, I went to the dialysis center for that. They were late, like I said. But he said, I'm so sorry. I will compensate you for your time. I swear. I promise I will compensate you for your time. And he did, because I made more off of that one transaction than I would have made off of all 3 combined. Definitely made more than I did because the old lady didn't pay me. What else? The rest of them were pretty normal. I did a couple of power of attorneys. I did DMV forms. That's been rolling in lately, I guess, for the extensions for people who have like expired tags or something. I did have 1 or 2 repeat clients, which is cool. I got repeat clients, y'all. I'm official. I still need to order business cards because people keep asking for them and I keep forgetting to order them. And then one thing I'll tell you is I've been very lucky with the days that I've had 3 people, because I've been lucky enough to get 3 people who live all in the same area. So it's been like boom, house 1, boom, house 2, boom, house 3. Now, I don't know if it's always going to happen that way, but it has. So I've been very happy about that, because I doubt that I would go from one side of town to the other side of town. Even though my ad is targeted, I think, to up to 8 miles. 8 miles in Atlanta in traffic can seem like a lifetime. So I've been pleased with this week. That's all I can say is I've been pleased. $400 feels like a good chunk of money to me. Now, I'm not touching any of that money right now, and I actually have my appointment with the bank tomorrow where I have to go in and see if they will give me a business bank account, because I'm tired of walking around with this cash. I just literally have a bag of cash, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want to leave it in the house, but I also don't want to keep it in my purse. So I need them to give me this bank account tomorrow. I will let you know how that experience goes. Trying to think if there's anything I missed out on telling you all. Nope, I think that's it. Oh, really, the only other form that was kind of new-ish was a revocation form, a power of attorney revocation form. Something happened with the client and their now insignificant other, and so she's revoking power of attorney. I went, I signed, they paid me $40. They were super sweet, and they were like, we're going to give everybody your number. I was like, thank you. So it's been a good week. We started off week 2 officially today, and I had to turn down 3 appointments because I had a crazy day at work, which that's been a recurring theme, but I had too many meetings and I had a new hire, so I couldn't leave realistically. But we'll see how tomorrow goes. And that's it for right now. I still have my list of videos that I'm going to make, the request for some information, my folding table. I'm still going to show that. I might actually record that very shortly. So if you see a video, like 3 videos with me in the same outfit, it's just because I'm recording it at the same time. But that's it, guys. If you have questions for me, let me know. I'm here to help and here to provide any information I possibly can, and hopefully it's correct. If it's not, call me out. I won't take it personally. So that's it, and I'll see you all in the next video. I hope this helped. Bye.